This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next hour, the insane Daryl Wayne and I are going to take a look at an issue that I think is very important. We're going to take a look at, first, functional medicine, functional mushrooms, actually, with the people at Umbo. And we'll be talking with one of the co-founders, Del Jolly. During the last half of our show, Daryl and I are going to we're going to self-promote. We're going to talk about the fact that Daryl is one of the premier radio disc jockeys and air talents in the country. We're going to talk about where you can hear him other than here at Late Night Health. And if we get to it, we may even talk about some of the things that I'm doing as a host and as a producer. We're going to go to Colorado right now. We're going to talk with Del Jolly. He's an advocate and an educator focused on shifting the cultural narrative on stigmatized plant and fungi medicine. Del, I'm not exactly sure what I just read, but you're going to tell us about that. Del, welcome to Late Night Health.
Thank you guys very much for having me. Appreciate being on. What you read is basically I'm an advocate for people taking their health back into their own hands.
You know, going back into the 70s and 80s and the 90s and throughout the beginning part of the 2000s, we keep hearing about marijuana, and finally America has awakened for the most part. I think most states now allow CBD and hemp products to be used either as medicine or even as recreation. What I never understood is a person is dying of some horrific cancer, is in tremendous pain, and all doctors could do is to feed this person one kind of opiate or another. And not only it does take away the pain, but it takes away their mind processes, where marijuana and other products would take away the pain, but not leave the person a vegetable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I find that very interesting when the U.S. government kind of states that it's out of safety, right? Like, hey, these things are illegal to keep you safe. Well, terminally ill patients who are terminally ill and struggling and in a lot of pain, I don't think that that applies to them to what the capacity that they're stating. Senator Cory Booker and Rand Paul just introduced a bill for right to try. And this is kind of where we're at in the United States, where we have to ask permission for terminally ill patients to their right to try anything to help them ease their, whether it's transition, if they're gonna die, or, incredible pain. And in that right to try bill, it would include things such as psilocybin mushrooms. But yes, to your point, cannabis is incredibly safe. This is proven. No one has ever died of a cannabis overdose. It has not happened in the history of humankind. People have done stupid things when on cannabis, just like they do with alcohol, yet we allow people to use alcohol, the statistically most dangerous and health detrimental drug in the world. We allow them to use it because we trust them to make the right choices. And there's laws outside of drinking alcohol. If you're drinking and driving, now you've committed crimes, and for us not to allow that same grace for some of these other incredibly safe quote unquote drugs, but I call them medicines, that's kind of a crime against humanity that we're letting fly under the radar.
And to be clear, if somebody is high on marijuana, on pot, they should not drive.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yep. Just like alcohol, just like any substance, let's not get behind the wheel.
And that absolutely, and that includes cold medicine as well. It does.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
really does. Well, it's been a while, so I need some more. I got two Umbo bars. Now, these are only two, Dell. Come on. I got these two bars. My wife and I each ate one. Normally, I would have given one to Daryl, but I hadn't seen him for a while because we're still doing this remotely. He's in Ventura and I'm in Thousand Oaks. I like the bar. I really
Mhm.
do. I believe in mushroom medicine, if you will. And my only complaint, and it's a personal one, and I know walnuts are probably the healthiest nut around. You know, couldn't we do one
Mhm.
with cashews? I love pecans. I really like almonds. Walnuts are my least favorite um, nut. But
All
tell
right.
us, yeah,
I hear you on that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make you a macadamium cashew dairy-free bar, and we'll launch it in middle of August for you. So
I
we're
love
on
it.
it as far as yeah, trying to change the narrative around mushrooms and how they taste. You know, there's a lot of mycophobia in the Western world, and oh, mushrooms are gross or slimy or poisonous and all that kind of stuff. These bars are phenomenal. I will also I've got to ask permission from Rashad Evans, my co-founder, along with Jake Plummer. Rashad Evans, former UFC champ. I sent him one dairy-free bar as this prototype. Hey,
Right.
try this. Let me know. Is it good? He responded with a video that is absolutely hilarious. It's personal to me, and I'm going to ask him permission to share it because it's just too good. But he was saying, hey, I've tried this dairy-free bar, and I'm wondering why the hell you only sent me one. I only got one bar. I'm a co-founder. This is ridiculous. So really quite funny. But these bars are phenomenal. The way I'm explaining it to people, when you look at the bar set, there's a million different bars, and there's basically what I used to do is like, which one of these can I tolerate? Which one of these can
Yes.
I just kind of like have before I have a meeting or whatever? I haven't eaten all day. I just need something. Okay, I could tolerate this one. Our bars, I think you crave. They're damn good. They've got 2.5 grams of mushrooms, various mushrooms in them to kind of get that in your diet. And kind of what we've been saying is like people just aren't eating enough mushrooms, and so this is a good way to get a lot of mushrooms in your diet.
As I said at the beginning of the show, I do a cooking show. I've been doing. I'm a big foodie, and I love mushrooms. And of course, most people eat white mushrooms. I'm not sure about the health benefits, but I do love mushrooms. And not long ago, I bought some lion's mane, and there
Mm-hmm.
are drinks with lion's mane, which they've got some health benefits for uh, all kinds of health benefits, which we'll talk about. But they're functional medicine. So I was talking to somebody, or somebody wrote in and said, mushrooms, that's related to toenail fungus. And I tried to, and it's not true. I mean, yes, I guess they're in the same overall fungi house, but these guys are living in different rooms in that house.
Right. That's like, moss is related to redwoods, right? Sure.
Right.
They're absolutely related. So everything has DNA, so it's all related. But yeah, the fungi kingdom, right? This is an entire kingdom that is just being overlooked. And it's a kingdom we're not eating enough of. You go to the grocery store and you've got portobellos, buttons, creminis. That's about it in our grocery stores. You're talking about
Right.
lion's mane. Lion's mane is a phenomenal mushroom. It tastes amazing. The cognitive benefits are immense.
Dell, we're going to take a time out, and we'll come back in a few moments and continue our conversation about the health benefits of mushrooms. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Be sure to join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll have pictures of Del and his partners up there. We'll have a link to the Umbo website as well. Don't go away as Late Night Health continues. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Allen. The show continues in a moment. If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.
Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Allen. Our guest is Del Jolly. He is, by the way, a very happy fella, and he's probably heard that all of his life. He's a founder of Umbo, and we're talking about the power of functional mushrooms, and they put it into a bar, and it tastes good. I mentioned to Del off mic that walnuts are not my favorite cup of tea or my favorite nut. I like all the others. But I guess you've got some new products coming out, Del?
Yeah, like I mentioned, we have a dairy-free bar that should be live and in color. August 15th is kind of what we're shooting for. A lot of people are lactose intolerant and dairy-free. And that was one of the number one things that we kept hearing back. Love your bar. It's incredible. People still eat it, but hey, you should consider a dairy-free option. And we use coconut cream in it. And usually I'm kind of, hesitant with that because coconut is such a overpowering flavor and it kind of
Yeah.
takes over. But for whatever reason in this bar, it just works. I mean, it really is a treat. They're very good, and we're introducing a few new mushrooms. Our original bar has lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps, and shiitake. This new bar has lion's mane and turkey tail, because both of those are just so important for people to be eating. But then the three new mushrooms are tremella, poria, and then oyster mushrooms. So
interesting.
yeah, lots of health benefits in all of those. And as we were talking off air, it's very much, there's a lot of diversity in each one of these mushrooms. It's like eating broccoli as well as tomatoes, as well as spinach, as well as, butternut squash. Mushrooms are like that too. Not all mushroom is made up of the same thing. So portobello is going to have, chemicals in it that, vitamins and minerals that are not in an oyster, and an oyster is going to have something different from a lion's mane, so eating a diverse amount is important.
You know what I haven't had in a long time are Japanese mushrooms. They're little, they sell.
Enoki.
Yes. Are
Yep.
those, I mean, I love those. I haven't had those in years.
Yeah, I wrote a blog on getumbo.com, our blog about, there's three categories of mushrooms that people need to be aware of. And not all mushrooms fit into one category. They could be in multiples, but for general idea, as the conversation around mushrooms changes, the three categories should be gourmet mushrooms. This is what most of us are used to, the creminis, the portobellos, the things that you buy at the grocery store, what you get on your pizza, gourmet mushrooms.
Right.
And then there are functional mushrooms. This is kind of where our company comes in. These are mushrooms that are kind of more for health and wellness, and very specific things. Turkey tail for gut health, right? Lion's mane for cognition, reishi for central nervous system. Reishi, turkey tail, you can't cook those. You can't make those into anything edible. They're like wood, if you will.
Got it.
So that's functional mushrooms. And then when we talk about medicinal mushrooms, as more and more states and cities decriminalize or even legalize psilocybin containing mushrooms, that's going to be your medical mushroom. That being said, a lion's mane is a perfect example of a gourmet mushroom. It tastes phenomenal. It's, lion's mane tacos are the best. It's a functional mushroom because of a lot of the studies that are coming around from, Alzheimer's, dementia, nerve growth factor in your brain, very functional. And then therefore it makes it a very medicinal mushroom as well. So, but that kind of helps people understand.
And lion's mane is available at one of our local farmers markets. There's actually a mushroom grower, and she's got like 4 different kinds, and lion's mane, and it reminds me of a fish, a saltwater fish that's kind of reddish, and they're supposed to taste great. I've had it not only in your bar, but there's a company that's putting lion's mane into a drink, and you guys should think about that.
Yeah, as a chef, Mark, you need to start working with lion's mane, and it's very, very interesting. Jake and I were making it for Rashad on the grill. It's very much like lobster, so it tastes very, and it's not as overpowering, but it definitely has a lobster taste to it if you do it right. So yeah, lion's mane's phenomenal.
And I have to point out, I'm not a chef. I'm a home cook. And I'd rather have you cook for me than me cook.
Understood.
Right. From Umbo, our guest is Del Jolly, and we're talking about functional mushrooms. Why is it that some people, let's ask some people. Daryl?
Yes.
Are you a mushroom lover, hater?
I like mushrooms. I haven't really run across any that I don't like, but most of the ones I've eaten are pretty common. I mean, portobello and whatever the regular ones that just come in the package from the store, and shiitake, which are quite good. But I haven't got into any exotic varieties, I don't think.
The the ones, the white mushrooms, and even the creamy are basically the same mushroom. They just let them grow bigger, and
Yep.
the portobellos are granddaddy to the white button mushroom, right?
Yes. Yes. Agaricus bisporus is basically all those mushrooms, little button mushrooms, portobello. It's a very, very common. That's what you're buying when you're buying mushroom at a grocery store. It's 99% chance it's going to be an Agaricus bisporus.
Yeah,
species.
I haven't seen the lion's mane or the turkey tail. I have seen. I was at Whole Foods, and they were out of the Reishi, and oh man, there was a guy there, a real chef, and he was going out of his mind. He said, "I've been to 6 stores. This was my last hope." He was making something, and he needed the Reishi, and couldn't find them. I guess they're getting popular because they were all out. By the way, I went back the next day, and they had a whole bunch in.
Yeah, it's definitely a mushrooms as far as at least a supplement is the fastest growing category in the natural food space next to like CBD. So it's definitely, people are starting to become aware, and it's very much, again, back to it's a whole entire kingdom that we're not eating enough of. Mycophobia and the fear of mushrooms started from a herbalist, Jean Girard, who kind of just told people, hey, mushrooms aren't good, they're poisonous, all that jazz. And we could have done the same thing with plants, and if I were to, again, reintroduce broccoli into your diet after you weren't really into it, a couple of things. One, it's hard to make it taste really good unless you're, kind of know what you're doing. But then two, what a lot of people say is, hey, I had this mushroom and I didn't, quote unquote, feel anything. Well, it's like, well, you eat a salad, do you feel anything? No, but you keep doing it. When you eat vegetables, do you feel anything? Not really, but you keep doing it. And then over time, you do start to feel things. So that's something that Americans need a little bit of help with. That, hey, spend some time, put some effort into it, eat more mushrooms. And while you might not feel it day one, maybe 30 days later, 60 days later, you'll start to notice big changes.
Yeah. Right. People take supplements and things because we know it's good for us.
Right.
And that's why you would take functional mushrooms. We're going to take time out. We're going to keep Del a little bit longer. When we come back, I want to talk about the psychedelic aspect of mushrooms and what people are doing with that and the research that's going on. This is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Allen, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Join us at latenighthealth.com. And there's something there. latenighthealth.com. latenighthealth.com. Don't go away. More coming up as we continue.